Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated and Pete Ashlock Promotions, presents a live boxing doubleheader from New York's Madison Square Garden. A scheduled 12-round heavyweight title elimination bout featuring the world champion, the former world champion Joe Frazier, against Irish Jerry Quarry. Then from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Bob Foster defends his world light heavyweight title in a scheduled 15-rounder against Jorge Ahumada. And as a special attraction between fights, you'll take a close-up look at motorcycle daredevil Evel Knievel, courtesy of ABC's Wide World of Sports. Knievel plans to jump the Snake River Canyon in Idaho on September the 8th, and Top Rank will feature that jump as a special closed circuit presentation. Good evening, everyone. I'm Don Dunphy, your ringside commentator at Madison Square Garden, as we await this 12-round heavyweight elimination bout between former champion Joe Frazier and Irish Jerry Quarry. And working with me tonight, and indeed it is my pleasure that he is here, one of the foremost boxer trainers in all boxing history, and better known, of course, for his training of Muhammad Ali, another former champion, Angelo Dundee. Angelo, it's nice of you to be here tonight, and I know you're going to lend some of your sage comments to our telecast.
Well, I hope it's sage, and I'm going to look forward to seeing this fight more than anyone else, because to me it's a great fight. The whole key to the fight is going to be the guy that wants it the most. I think Joe Frazier, having been a champion, wants it back again. I think that's a slight edge. But Jerry Quarry, winning all his fights, being a doctor of Madison Square Garden, I think it's going to be the best fight we've seen this year.
Angelo, what would you tell each of these fighters if you were sending them individually into the conflict? First, Joe Frazier.
Well, it's an interesting thing. If I'm fighting a Jerry Quarry, I look to keep him off with a left hand, make moves, don't fall in the traps, because Jerry Quarry is a very good counterpuncher. What I would tell him to do is give him motion and slide over to the side and don't run straight in on the guy.
How about, what would you tell Quarry?
Quarry, I would tell to box this guy. Be sure and move over and be sure and box. Now, either guy can box for my money. That's why it's such a tough fight. The guy that throws the most punches wins.
All right, they're coming in, Angelo. Thank you very much. Jerry Quarry is the first man in the ring. Jerry Quarry was born in Los Angeles 29 years ago on May 15th, 1945. Possessed of a granite chin, fine boxing ability, and a knockout punch, Quarry's problem has been in getting his ring assets to work for him. When they do, he's one of the best. When they don't, he's in trouble, as when he was KO'd twice by Muhammad Ali, once each by Joe Frazier and George Chuvalo. But Jerry says he has it together now, and he may have. Under a new manager, Gil Clancy, he's won 6 in a row, 5 by knockouts, to make his overall record 59 fights, with 49 wins, 6 losses, and 4 draws. Jerry has had many chances, but up to now he's never won the big one. He'll never have a better chance than tonight. Jerry's already in the ring. We're waiting for the former champion, Joe Frazier, to put in an appearance. Jerry will operate in the corner just across from us, and Joe Frazier will operate in the corner to our right. And of course, the referee of this contest is going to be the famed Brown Bomber, a former heavyweight champion of the world, a man who held the title more than anybody in boxing history, Joe Louis. We just saw the wife of Jerry Quarry, Charlie. Now here comes Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier shuffling up to the ring. He's getting a tremendous ovation, as did Quarry. Former heavyweight champion Joe Frazier was born in Beaufort County, South Carolina, January 12, 1944, which makes him 30 years old. He now lives in Philadelphia. Winner of the Olympic title in 1964, Joe earned universal recognition as champion when he KO'd Jimmy Ellis in 5 rounds in February of 1970. Listen to the hand for Joe. Joe cemented that victory by winning a 15-round decision over Muhammad Ali in March of 1971 in what was undoubtedly the greatest sports event of all time. but Joe was bombed out for the title in 2 rounds by George Foreman in January of 1973, and then lost a disputed decision to Muhammad Ali early this year to make his pro mark 32 fights with 30 wins, 2 losses, and 25 knockouts. Where does Smokin Joe go from here? Tonight we'll have the answer. With his back to us, with a striped shirt, there is Joe Louis, the former heavyweight champion of the world. Incidentally, in the weight department, Frazier weighed in yesterday at 212, Quarry 197 and a half. In the matter of reach, Frazier has just a slight edge in reach, 73 and a half inches to 72 inches for Jerry Quarry. Here's our ring announcer, Jack Brammy.
Ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening are some of the great fighters from past and present. As I call their name, will they please come up to the ring? With us in the ring right now, one of the most popular middleweight prospects in the world, the very, very exciting Vito Antuofermo. Also with us in the ring right now, ladies and gentlemen, 5-time welterweight and middleweight champion, the very popular Emil Griffith.
Hey, Angelo, you know Emil pretty well, don't you?
Most remarkable fighter in the world today. Amazing.
Former middleweight champion. The saying is that he fought them all from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Joey Giardello.
He was a good fighter.
Yes, he was.
Really a good champion. Joey
Also, ladies and
Giardello.
gentlemen, with us, with these 2 gentlemen, please come up in the ring at the same time if they can. They fought the greatest wars ever seen here in Madison Square Garden. Former featherweight champions Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, former featherweight champion of the world, one of the greatest, Willie Pep, Joey Giardello.
There's Willie.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, with us in the audience tonight, one of the great heavyweight champions of all time. Would he please take a bow? None other than Gene Tunney.
Gentleman Gene, the Fighting Marine. He's over on the left-hand side and the ring side. There he is, Gene Tunney, a memorable champion. What a hand he's getting.
Also,
Irving Mitchell
New
Phelps greets
Jersey,
him.
one of the great heavyweight champions of all time, Jersey Joe Walcott.
Oh boy, remember his fight with Marciano? Jersey Joe, doing youth work in New Jersey now. There's Jersey Joe.
There is another former great in the audience with us tonight. If he would he please? Ladies and gentlemen, Jersey Joe Walcott.
There's a festive mood in the crowd tonight.
Welterweight champion, please come up in the ring from Camagüey, Cuba, none other than Kid Gavilan.
Kid Gavilan. Where's the kid? He was a great welterweight champion.
And last but certainly not least, he's known as
Here
the
comes
People's
Gavilan.
Champion.
There's Kid
And he's
Gavilan.
none other than
With the polo
Muhammad
punch.
Ali. Muhammad Ali. Kid Gavilan, ladies and gentlemen.
Kid Gavilan. Muhammad Ali has been introduced and he's coming in. He's coming in through Jerry's corner.
Here is Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Every time you see him, he looks better.
Ladies and gentlemen, the woman would like me to inform you that 2 other champions with us in the ring in the audience tonight, former welterweight champion Johnny Bratton and former lightweight champion Ike Williams. Johnny Bratton and Ike Williams.
Johnny Bratton, cream white suit.
Ike Williams, ladies and gentlemen, former lightweight champion of the world.
Ike Williams from Philadelphia. Fine lightweight champion about 20 years ago.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our featured attraction of the evening. 12 rounds heavyweight elimination match. Tonight's heavyweight boxing match is under the jurisdiction and supervision of the New York State Athletic Commissioner. The three commissioners are present. They are Chairman Edwin B. Dooley, Commissioner Kenneth Sherwood, and Commissioner Manuel Gonzalez. Your judges for the main event are Artie Idala and Jack Gordon. And ladies and gentlemen, the referee for the main event, the greatest. From Detroit, Michigan, the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis.
Joe Louis, the referee. Getting a standing ovation from this huge crowd in Madison Square Garden. Beautiful picture there. They won't stop applauding. Attaboy, Joe. Tremendous ovation, and he deserves it. You can tell what a fine crowd we have here tonight.
And now, fighting out of New York City, wearing green and white trunks, weighing in at 197.5 pounds, the number 3 ranked heavyweight in the world, and winner of his last 6 bouts in a row, Irish Jerry Quarry.
There's Charlie, his wife.
And his opponent from that colorful city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Tonight wearing peach trunks, weighing in at an even 212 pounds, the former heavyweight champion of the world and the number 2 ranked contender, Smokin Joe Frazier.
Both boys got a tremendous ovation. But interspersed with Frazier's introduction were a few boos, which is natural. Joe Louis giving the instructions.
Break when I say break. Don't hit on the break. And keep your punches up. Good luck to both of you.
Scoring in New York on a rounds basis with a supplementary point system if the rounds come out even on an official's card. There is a mandatory 8 count. Round 1. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. If a man's floored 3 times, he is considered knocked out. If a man is floored at or near the ringing of the bell, he must arise by the count of 10. Frazier forcing the action. Quarry counter-punching. Frazier won their previous bout in 1969 on a 7-round knockout because of a bad cut. But he overwhelmed Quarry that night. Let's see what happens this evening. Quarry the green trunks, Frazier in the pink trunks. Frazier's devastating punch is his left hook. Quarry is a good counter puncher. Both hands. Two minutes left in round 1. Quarry has landed some hard head punches. A vicious right by Frazier. Lewis breaks them. Complaining about a low blow. Frazier and Quarry comes over to apologize. Frazier complains of a low blow. Quarry apologized, and Joe threw one in that was low. It may be that kind of a fight. 10 seconds to go in round one. There's the bell, and they battle up the bell. Angelo Dundee. Is Quarry fighting the way he should fight?
No, he's circling one way, going right. He should cut back and forth. He landed some good shots, but now Joe's getting onto his style. He should be cutting back in. Now he's getting hit some awful good shots because he's doing something he's not accustomed to. He's trying to box. He's not using his left jab whatsoever. He spun him one time. He should keep spinning Joe.
Well, let's take a look at that low blow, Angelo. And boy, it was low. Oh, I don't blame you, Joe.
I think I'd eat a little bit.
Coming up to round two. Now Quarry is starting to box. Frazier on top of him. Frazier is making Quarry fight his fight. If you notice, Quarry is fighting without a mouthpiece.
No, Don, he has a mouthpiece. He's cut in the middle. Double mouthpiece.
Frazier smiling. To go in round two. Frazier having a good round. Quarry is hurt very hard.
Quarry's cut over his right eye.
Quarry has a light cut over the right eye. Half a minute to go in the round. back in Quarry's corner. Angelo, what will they tell Quarry in his corner now? Or what would you tell him?
Well, I would tell him definitely to stop going one way. He's going to the right. Joe has no problem following that kind of a style. He's got to cut back. He's got to be shoving. He's got to be grabbing him, spinning him. He's got to set off his tempo because Joe Frazier's taking command.
He's now fighting Frazier's fight for him, isn't he?
He's definitely fighting his fight. I don't like Joe dropping his left hand like he's doing, because I think Quarry can hit it with a sucker shot. So I think that Quarry definitely should go back and forth and not go one way, because he's definitely setting the tempo for Joe Frazier.
Well, it's been a fairly even fight so far, even though I think Frazier had a good round 2. I thought Quarry had a good round 1. Here's the corner. Eddie Futch working on Joe Frazier. Frazier getting out there. Eddie Futch, his new manager, with the passing of Yank Durham. Round 3. Jerry Quarry, the green trunks. Joe Frazier, the pink. Scheduled for 12. Frazier forcing the action. Quarry wants to stay away. Frazier won't let him. Quarry's holding back the right hand when he has openings for it. Both boys have landed heavy leather. Frazier the heavier. Quarry working the body a lot. Another low blow. And another low blow by Quarry. In fairness to Quarry, I think Frazier's trunks are pretty high. A minute to go in the round. Seconds to go in the round. There's Mrs. Quarry, Charlie. There's the bell ending round 3. Angelo, this is almost a replica of their fight in 1969, isn't it?
Well, I'm surprised that Joe Frazier, the way he's got that right hand planted on his chin and he's dropping short right hands in, because it's dangerous to throw a long right hand at Quarry because he throws a right hand counter. Now, Quarry seems to be running out of gas, I'm afraid. In other words, he's getting hit those shots. He's not reciprocating with his own counter punches. He's in pretty good trouble.
They're working on his nose as well as the eye, Angelo. The right eye, but it didn't seem any worse in that round.
No, the eye didn't bleed that good. They did a good job in the corner.
There's Joe Frazier on the right, Jerry Quarry on the left. In Frazier's corner, we have Eddie Futch, Milt Bailey, and Dr. John Thompson. In Quarry's corner, Gil Clancy as manager, Ernie King and Howard Albert. We're ready now for round 4. Former heavyweight champion Joe Louis, the referee. Round 4. and Frazier has taken charge. There's a puffiness under the left eye of Jerry Quarry. Quarry bleeding from the nose. Frazier the aggressor. Quarry seems to be gasping for breath. Taking a battering. Thanks, Joe. Never slide, Joe. Get away, Joe. 1 minute to go in round 4. Angelo thinks that Quarry's legs are rubbery now, and so do I. Quarry's in trouble. Quarry's in real trouble now. Only some kind of a desperation punch can turn it Quarry's way. Half a minute to go in the round. Frazier is smiling as he comes in. He's using his right hand more than he usually does. But Frazier's left hook is the punishing punch. Round almost over. They're in Quarry's corner. Quarry goes down. The round is over. He's taking the mandatory 8 count, but he's up now. The round is over, and he can go to his corner. Quarry was down. What do you think of that, Angelo?
I'm surprised the bell didn't ring. The round was over.
And the ring lights lit up.
Yeah, the ring lights lit up, thank heaven. I saw Jerry's legs starting to go out from underneath him, Don.
Dr. Harry Kleiman, the commissioned doctor, is over in Quarry's corner looking at him. In Quarry's corner. Let's look at this punch here. Look at that left. That's when Quarry started down. Another angle. Kazoom! What a punch that was. We're ready for round 5. Frazier running out to finish his man if he can.
Get out of the way, Joe. What's the other side of the ring?
Right now, it's no contest. Quarry is game, but that's about all at the moment. He's having trouble breathing, his legs are in bad shape, and he's got a cut over his right eye. Quarry is starting to flinch. Is it all over?
Jerry Quarry got a bad rip over his left eye.
Quarry is cut over both eyes. A very bad cut over the left eye by Quarry. Of Quarry. Some of the people are yelling, stop the fight. Stop it, Joe! Quarry's in bad shape. Lewis seems undecided whether or not to stop it. Quarry is game and it's all over, I think. Yep, it's all over. I'm going up in the ring for an interview with the winner. And now here's Angelo Dundee.
I tell you, Don, Joe wanted it real bad tonight. Jerry tried real hard. Remarkable fight, just as great, better than that first fight. It was a great, great fight. I think that Joe Frazier showed the world he wanted it real badly, and that the fights that he lost to George Foreman and to Muhammad Ali were they lost the two best heavyweights in the world. I think it was an outstanding fight. Joe did a good job stopping it.
1 minute. 37 seconds of the 5th round. The referee stopping the contest. The winner, Smokin Joe Frazier.
I'm Don Dunphy up in the ring, and I'm going to get Joe Frazier over to our microphone. Joe, congratulations. I want to say you look like the Smokin Joe of old.
Thank you, Joe. Don, I went back to the old ways. I found out something was wrong that I couldn't really remember what it is, but
You
it's
found
stamina and take more time in the gym. I'll be back, and I'm hoping that these guys would sign the contract so I can get another shot at the title.
Oh, you deserve it. Let me say this, Joe. I thought you used your right hand more tonight than you usually do.
That's right, the right hand that cut Jerry. Cut him real bad.
You cut him.
And I backed up because I seen him cut so bad, but I guess nobody saw that but me.
How about that low blow in the first round?
Well, it was a block shot. It wasn't intention.
No, I know it wasn't intention, but it must have hurt.
Well, I felt it, believe me.
Joe, I want to congratulate you. I don't know if we can get a replay here. I would like to, and let you see how you looked on our. We'll talk for just a second, Joe, while we're setting up the scene here.
One man I like to give credit to, who had really spent a lot of time in it, and he worked me like a dog.
Eddie Futch.
Yeah, sometimes I try to realize why he working me so hard. But
Eddie, come on in here and say
I gotta
hello.
see him.
Eddie Futch, you took over a tough job when Yank Durham passed away, and we know what Yank meant to Joe. Now I think you mean just as much to Joe.
Well, that means a lot to me. It means that much to Joe.
Did you plan anything different?
Yes, we planned to use more right hands against Poirier this time.
You did.
We knew that he would be looking for the left hook all of the time, so we planned to use more right hands to make the left hook more effective. And it turned out it worked that well.
Joe, do you think Foreman or Ali, they're going to fight in September?
Well, if they fight...
wait, Joe, let's see. We have the last round, Joe. Let's take a look at it.
All right.
Okay, here it is,
Wait.
Joe. Which one is
Quarry
you,
is-
Joe?
I'm in that colorful trunk.
You're the leader.
Right.
I thought Jerry was going to quit there once, didn't you?
Well, Jerry was cut. He got cut right here, I think, with the right hand. Watch the right hand that bust him wide open.
Oh,
right?
that's it. What a
the
shot.
right hand bust him open. The way my timing was, Don, I could see everything. I've been getting hell with raised back when I dropped my hand, but I kept my balance, and I could really time Jerry real well.
Well,
on this
listen,
particular shot.
now Foreman, I won't take anything away from George. Do you think he caught you cold in Jamaica, or were you overconfident or what?
I would say George's a powerful champ. There's no doubt about that. He can hit, but this particular time, whoever the champion, I challenged him, and I'll be ready. That's a promise. Much more ready.
Do you have any idea who the champ's going to be?
Well, it don't make no difference to me as long as Eddie can get their name on that paper. That's all I want.
Joe, I want to thank you very much. Congratulations, and you fought a real game guy. And any talk about your retiring goes out the window now, doesn't it?
You better believe it.
Thank you, Joe. Good luck. Eddie, thank you. Angelo, how about some comments?
Well, I'll tell you, Don, it was a thing I felt right from the beginning that Joe really wanted this one badly. He got himself in fantastic shape. He wanted to prove to the world that he was still there. He wasn't shot. I think that egged him on to do the great fight he fought. Can't say enough about Jerry Quarry. He gave it all he had. Shame he got that bad rip the last minute, early part of that fight. But I seen the beginning of the end when his leg started wobbling. So, Jerry Quarry, can't say enough for him. Great fighter. No sense to be disappointed. He fought a great Joe Frazier tonight. He thought that he was in there with Muhammad and Foreman all at one time and taking out the bench on poor Jerry Quarry. I think tonight's night was such a great night. Seeing Joe Louis in the ring, seeing all those great ex-champions, a real great night in Madison Square Garden.
Angelo, we don't want to forget that we've got a great light heavyweight championship fight coming up in a few minutes.
You're right, they got Foster and Yamada, and I'll tell you one thing, somebody going to get knocked out there too.
Well, first of all, before we put the light heavyweight championship fight on, we have Evel Knievel. Evel, our camera is right over there.
Hello,
and I know you're not camera shy at all.
And I thought the fight was one of the greatest fights I ever saw. Joe Frazier came on smoking just like he said he would.
He did indeed. I feel sorry for Quarry, though. I got a feeling it means the end of the road for him.
Well, the man chose his profession. He fought a great fight, but he went against a real champion, and I'll tell you,
Evel, we're going to show, courtesy of Wide World of Sports, ABC Wide World of Sports, a short of you doing some of your performances on your sky cycle. Now, we hear from a good authority that you are going to go over the Crabtree Canyon or the Snake Canyon. Snake Canyon in Idaho.
I'm the great authority that's telling you that.
On a sky cycle?
That's right.
And I want to know, first of all, how wide is the Snake Canyon?
Well, it's about 3/4 of a mile across, but I'm going to go over a mile when I jump it. A mile across.
Well, you know, people naturally think, what happens if you miss?
Well, I'll just get somewhere quicker where they're going someday, and I'll have a beer and wait for them. That's what it amounts to.
Those people think, some of them do, that you're out of your mind, are you?
Well, if it weren't for them, I couldn't have made such a good living. And if it weren't for me, they wouldn't have a damn thing to do. So that's the way it is.
All right, Evel, let's take a look at your tape.
All right. Thank you.
We're going to do a song right now that we want to dedicate to the man who's bringing all you people out here today, the main man, Evel Knievel. We hope this isn't a timely song, and we hope that this doesn't come into reality. A song called Wipeout.
Is it just a form of summer madness, or is Evel Knievel a reflection of our times, a backlash against weary frustrations and hidebound convention? Or, on the other hand, could Evel Knievel just possibly be for real, the last of the true originals, struggling against nearly impossible odds and outrageously insane risks to accomplish what no one else would dare attempt? Another possibility. Is Evel Knievel a con man supreme, out to pull one of the all-time stunts, pocketing a cool $1 million or more in the bank, then walking off into the Montana sunset, laughing his head off? 3 months from now, we'll have a much clearer answer. September 8th is the firmly committed date for the long-awaited Snake River Canyon jump. Evel Knievel will be either a national hero or a dead screwball. There is no in-between. Meanwhile, it's the business of jumping motorcycles, as usual, for Evel. This week, our report on the Snake River Canyon jump continues, with Evel Knievel visiting Mid-America, performing a series of motorcycle jumps, wheelies, and stunts for his fans.
Evel Knievel.
On any Sunday, stretching up, reaching high, leaving my Monday world behind. I fly my rockets and explode in the sky, kick up my heels until I find I'm flying. Over my shoulder through the dust I'm falling, run wouldn't catch me if you can. On any Sunday I'm a flyer.
For a week now, I have talked about coming to this racetrack and doing a lot of wheelies and making a big jump. I kind of black it out of my mind. until it's the time that I have to do it. Now's the time. I'm going to pay attention to business and get the job done.